Ghosted 2 by Sina Grace. This isn't a comic book, it's a window into the soul of a gay twink who is balding, which deserves our laughter. If you're balding, please do us all a favor and shave it off. A partially bald head looks like a cancer patient. Sorry, Ethan. Or I guess in Sina's case, a redacted patient. No, I guess that joke is more visual than auditory. You know, you think YouTube is so simple. You make a video, post it, and if the subs ring the bell and get past this black and white stuff, it's so artistic, stunning and brave. Sina, stunning and brave. You post the video, and if the subs ring the bell, then they get the notification. Except you post... Ooh, nice butt shot. You post a video and no notifications go out, which means nobody is going to see it, so you realize, oh, well, the title must be too spicy. Let me delete it, re-upload it with a more PC title. This is why some people will upload untitled videos just to get around that. The Fourth Age does that. Except again, no notifications go out. Oh, I guess the content was the problem. Problematic re. If you say too many trigger words like the R word that means struggle snuggle, or you mention certain protected groups, the video will get buried. So why doesn't YouTube just clearly point out the rules? Hey, creators, if you use the 4-letter N word 5 times, you'll be shadow banned. Anyway, it's that is a clever feature of the Kindle. You double tap it, or I guess it's the software I use, the ES File Explorer. You double tap it and it zooms in. And this is a $40 Kindle, and it is freaking awesome. It's only 7 inches, and it's not high def. It's like medium def, but for $40, I use this more than a expensive Samsung tablet and a couple iPads. This is $40. It's $40, and I have dropped it repeatedly. It's got a case on it I got for it, which is very, very heavy duty. It's got steel on the back, but I've dropped it repeatedly on a wood floor, and it's just thing works almost perfectly. Okay, so if you say too many trigger words, or if you mention certain protected groups, you can say certain trigger words a few times and mention certain groups a few times, but there's a limit. The video will get buried. So why doesn't YouTube just clearly point out the rules? Hey creators, if you use the 4-letter N word 5 times, you'll be shadow banned. Anyway, it's frustrating to play a game where only one side knows the rules. I was listening to the Comic Book Hut, and clearly the dude is fired up about the Comicsgate books being late. Now, to most of us, we realize that for indie comics being a year late, it's not a big deal, especially for someone's, let me get down here, for someone's first big project. So we're patient. And to be fair, these books are going to be collector's items, and I'm almost positive some of the books are going to be worth more. I think they already are. Some books are worth more. You can sell them on Amazon for more than you paid for them. And something like Cyberfrog, I don't know if that campaign is even still open. If you can afford to buy more extra copies of Cyberfrog, I'm almost positive 6 months from now, you're going to be able to sell that thing for a decent profit. I mean, I don't know if he offers a discount for like buying 10 books. I don't know if the shipping would be on 10 books. It might give you a little break on it. You could, the $25 a book, the $10 shipping, I don't know, maybe you buy it for $300, which sounds like a lot, but you're going to be able to sell those. I'm almost positive. Almost positive. Anyway, so we're patient, but the Hut has a right to hold people's feet to the fire. Besides, it's fun to listen to somebody so dedicated to something, even if it's a viewpoint I don't necessarily agree with. We need diversity of thought. You know, we're not NPCs. We're not afraid of diversity of thought and people holding our feet to the fire. That's okay. Ghosted exemplifies mainstream comics. There are no stakes because nothing matters. Does it have the usual tropes of men bad? Of course. White men bad? Of course. Of course. What were you thinking? Of course. White men are always bad. White men are canceled. Oh my God. OMG, men are canceled. Oh, look, she's eating a bagel. She's a Jewish girl eating a bagel. Stunning and brave. Stunning and brave. Just for kicks, they add in a Christians are bad and Jews are good. The Christian roommate is an evil, intolerant, cliche character, while the Jewish girl is a saint. Do Jews have saints? I don't know. We get it, Sina. You hate Christians, and they're the only group you can make fun of, right? And you think it's stunning and brave to attack European people and Christians. Seems odd that you don't have the Jewish girl have a Palestinian roommate. Oh no, Bianca, you didn't go there. Oh, yes, I did. Hell, that would make for a much better story. Add some conflict and depth. But that kind of story takes balls to write, and Sina is lacking in that department. Completely ballless. Yes, sir, this man has no testicles. Can you name that movie? It seems odd. Let's zoom in on the douchebag here. No, get in there. It seems odd that the bad character isn't Muslim or Jewish or Hindu. Nope, they're always Christian. Hey, Sina, the Islamic literature says twice that gays must be killed, either by stoning or by being thrown from a high place. That's why ISIS teaches gay men about gravity. Gravity sucks at 9.8 meters per second squared. That's 32 feet per second squared for the standard American. The Jewish books say that a man that lies with a man can't be Jewish. I don't think that Jesus Christ ever addressed homosexuality this scene is cute. Homosexuality at all in the New Testament, but you'd have to ask Edwin Boyette, Mike Miller, or Doug TenNapel about that. So out of the three Abrahamic religions, only Christianity allows gays, and yet Sina still is prejudiced against it. Don't be a bigot, Sina. OMG, Sina, you're like totally racist against Christians or like whatever? Sina Grace is literally Stalin. I wonder who's gayer, Carlos Maza or Sina Grace. How do they determine the magnitude of filthy degeneracy? Hashtag I love the gays. I would never take a fire hose to them like Renfamous said she wanted to. Because I'm not intolerant, Ren. Do they have, or Lauren, do they have, and that's not doxing her name is out there. She's complained about doxing or something, but her name is on her Tumblr, and her picture is on her Tumblr, and she says that she is Renfamous, and she posts photographs of her face. If you post photographs of your face and you put your name out there, how is it doxing to use her name? I don't know. I don't understand. They should have a South Park competition to see who can take Paris Hilton anally. Lemon Weeks, help Paris Hilton find her way out of the gay wonk's ass. I'm sure both Sina and Carlos are deep, deep bottoms. You know, that reminds me. I went to a sex club in Los Angeles once. You know what? I'm going to skip that story. You know, Bianca, it's a monologue like this that will never get you invited on a Comicsgate live stream. I guess I will have to start my own live streams so I can really get spicy without getting shadow banned. I will invite the Outcasts to live stream with me. I'll just put the link in the chat or something so people can join in whenever they want to. Skip the degenerate story that will get me kicked out of YouTube. Where was I before I got distracted by fisting Paris Hilton memes? Ghosted 2, Ghosted in LA. Oh, notice the symbology. By Boom Studios, sold or shipped an amazing 6,700 issues. You're really setting the industry on fire with these numbers. That grossed $28,000. Of course, that has to be split several ways, but hey, I'm sure you can sell your Eisner Awards and buy a house. This is her roommate, who actually, oddly enough, looks kind of Asian in this scene. And oddly enough, to be fair, it doesn't follow the usual tropes of red hair or blonde hair. Her ethnicity is somewhat ambiguous. She could be mixed Asian. Actually, there are a lot of Asian Christians. Christianity in South Korea is huge. Okay, let's see. Take a look at the cover. First, the cover. Hey, Sina, most Jews are pure 100% Eastern European or Russian. They have exactly zero Middle Eastern genetics in them. They are literally as white as an Irishman. Is Irishman politically correct? Is that like saying Chinaman? Sorry, Irish people. No Irish or dogs allowed. Hashtag I love the Irish. I image search Sina on start page. He is whiter than Richard Meyer and Ethan Van Sciver combined. Does Sina consider himself a person of color? He points out in his interview that he is Persian, but he was born in Los Angeles. I misspelled Los Angeles. God, that is sad. So why mention that your ancestors came from Iran? Hey, Sina, I'm Arab, but I was born on the Big Island. Because it buys him some oppression points. Except his lily white skin takes away some of those points. Being gay adds some more points back. Because he isn't just hairdresser gay, he is musical theater gay. So colorism is very important to childish weirdos like Sina. There is a scene where, it's the White bad man scene, because of course. But Sina, you're white. I guarantee that Sina hates that fact. Okay, so white man bad picks up on Jewish girl eating a bagel. Can you see that? Eating a bagel while wearing a Star of David, except in some panels, she has the Star of David on, the necklace, and in other panels, she doesn't have the necklace on, and they're in the same time period. And this is the second issue, and the artist made that mistake in the first issue also. Okay, I can understand making the mistake in one issue, but my God, don't you have an editor? Doesn't the writer at least look it over for continuity breaks? This is, those kind of mistakes mean that it's just a really low. You're not trying. You're not trying. Okay, so bagel eating, yada da. Yeah, oy vey. Hey, Sina, you're born in Los Angeles. California doesn't have bagels. Only New York has real bagels, you poser. The douche picks up on her, and actually this scene was weirdly cool and accurate. They're both aggressive and assholes to each other, which, when shown in a comic, it doesn't look logical, but oddly enough, it's sometimes accurate. I have met people who we were assholes to each other right from the start, except we would seek each other out to argue until one day we stopped arguing and we found out that we were very, very into each other. It is really hot when that happens, and it's like you look in each other's eyes, and next thing you know, you're holding hands, and it's just swapped 180 degrees, and it's kind of a childish thing to do that even adults occasionally find themselves in. And if you've ever had it happen, it is a really beautiful thing to have happen. It happened to me a couple times, and it's I think I can be an a-hole sometimes, and I attract other a-holes, but then we find out that we're not a-holes to each other, so I don't know how that works. Anyway, our protagonist decides to go out with the douchebag because she wants to get laid, which is also realistic. If you look good, you have a confident attitude that borders on aggression and jerkiness. Is that a word? Women will bang you. Confidence is extremely sexy. Hey, Sina, why didn't you make the guy black or Latino? Because later on, she needs him to be a jerk and a borderline threaten a struggle snuggle. And in social justice warrior circles, a colored person of color will never be portrayed as committing an act that is malum in se, which is evil in and of itself. Only Europeans do acts of moral turpitude. Hey, Sina, have you seen the crime stats? Just saying, bro. The next scene shows her ex-boyfriend laughing with an evil blonde girl. Hey, Sina, blondes are one of the smallest minorities on Earth. They are the most marginalized and oppressed people. They are systemically and systematically discriminated against. Why be racist, Sina? Bad Sina. The next scene, her Christian roommate is acting like a total, notice the symbology, acting like a total bitch to the poor Jewish girl. It's because, make sure you don't miss the symbolism. Yes. Jewish and Christian. Jewish, we get it. And notice the thing in the background. What's that? Interracial. Interesting. Oddly enough, she has black hair, which is rare. Most times the bad character is blonde or red-haired. So it is interesting to make her look vaguely Asian. So credit where credit is due. You could have made the roommate a Muslim Palestinian. You really missed an opportunity for diversity here. In the background, the Christian is watching gay, interracial, let's say adult content for some reason. Sina really, really hates Christians. The next scene has a soy ghost flirting with her. Maybe the ghost sex will happen in the next issue. I'm sure it will be stunning and brave. They go to a club to check out Slater Kinney, or an analog, they had two good songs. They were a Jewish girl band who really hated the right. One of their good songs was called Combat Rock, and the other one was a cover of the B-52s, if I remember right. Combat Rock was an anti-war, anti-Bush song, It's odd that they don't sing about Obama killing children overseas or deporting millions of Mexican children. It seems weird that Obama's actions are invisible to them. You know, I was so naive that I thought when Obama was elected, he would pull the United States out of wars in foreign countries. Hey, Obama, why does the USA care if Muslims are killing Muslims? Why is it the USA's business? Obama loved drone striking children. When Trump says he wants to pull out of foreign wars, the media freaks out. It will destabilize the region. I won't go off on politics here. I will save it for BitChute, or I'll make a second channel just for politics. I'll see how that goes. Anyway, they go to this indie concert, and let me tell you, most new bands suck a bag of dicks. Like 99% of garbage. I mean, 99% of the music is garbage. You got to weed through it and find the good stuff. Dude pulls out a flask. Most girls will gladly drink or do drugs. They're college kids. Then they're dancing, and he says, bring that big butt closer. Most girls I know would take that as a compliment, depending on how you said it. The comic completely falls apart after this scene. Sina has the character say, I made this 7 feel like a 10. Where does it say that? I don't know. I made the 7 feel like a 10. A guy would never say that to a girl that he's going to have sex with. It would just never happen. If you like a girl and she fucks your brains out, then she becomes a 10 to you. This is how oxytocin and pheromones work. Sina violates the reasonable suspension of disbelief with this scene. It gets worse when he wants to walk her home and vaguely alludes to a struggle snuggle. In the real world, she would call an Uber, or to be honest, she'd take him home and bang him until he is sore. Hey, Sina, women really like sex. Women will bang dudes they don't really like just because they want an orgasm. Women aren't Vestal virgins who save themselves for marriage. Young, attractive people love sex. The girl probably has condoms in her purse. She probably has KY jelly in case he wants anal. This isn't the 1850s. After that scene, it's not worth reading the rest. And for some reason, the background scenes, well, some of those are done. Some of the background scenes are rarely filled in. Pay a better artist. Oh wait, you can't because you only sold 7,000 issues. Okay, let me just rip through this. God, I thought I was going to make a 10-minute video. There's so much to say about Sina Grace when he really doesn't deserve a lot to be said about him. Where's the backgrounds? The one thing I will say is that a lot of SJW comics, they draw people looking ugly, but at least this artist makes people looking good. That's a beautiful girl, right? Yeah, she's... Wait, did the necklace just get 3 more strands? A 3-stranded necklace? I swear, okay, 3 strands there, but before it was 1 strand. 3 strands there, 3 strands there. I don't understand. In the first issue was a 1-strand necklace. Has it been 3 strands in the second issue? I don't care. It doesn't matter. But in the first issue, it wasn't there sometimes. And sometimes it's not there in this issue. But, okay, so the guy, he drew a beautiful face and a beautiful girl. Credit where credit is due. It's rare that SJWs draw that kind of thing. They want to make everything just dull and vapid and just mundane, commonplace, and just... Because beautiful people scare the piss out of them. We're not sex objects. Well, yes, we are. You're an object, and you're capable of sex. And sexual attraction is what makes the world go round. There's nothing wrong with sex. Nothing wrong with being a sex object. Men and women are sex objects. Just they're animate, biological sex objects. That's one of the purposes of human biology, to bang each other's brains out and make little people who will grow up and bang each other's brains out. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. If you're on BitChute, please give me a like. I don't know, go troll Mundane Matt or something. And check out Big Steve, one word, on YouTube. I'll put his link in the description. He's trying to grow his channel, and I'm not just giving him charity. His channel is growing fast, but he's also a really funny guy. And sometimes you just want somebody late at night to chill with, because there's not a lot of late at night live streams. And he's just a perfect guy. He does these interesting stream of consciousness talks, and you can join him. You can, if you want to get on, I'm sure he'll put the link in the description. To allow you to join him on Hangouts. It's not a big deal. And I'm gonna as soon as I'll get on my laptop, and I want to do some live streams too, because you can't live stream on a cell phone until you get 1,000 followers, and I think that's going to be a while. I don't see myself gaining that many followers that quickly, but I do want to do live streams because I want to invite people who. There's a lot of people who aren't invited on the main channel's live streams, and I want to invite them on, and we'll talk comics, we'll talk pop culture, we'll talk politics, talk whatever the hell we want to talk about. And talk about their projects and what inspires them, and just get people who are kind of not kind of on the outskirts, and you know what I mean. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next. I'm going camping for a few days, so I'm sure you're just waiting with bated breath for my next episode. But I'll see you guys in a few days, and check out Big Steve in the meanwhile.